Why is Central Kentucky and the Lexington area in particular different than Indianapolis or Poughkeepsie?
When we recruit a professor to UK, or we recruit a doctor to Central Baptist, and you show them Old Frankfort Pike, and you take them out Paris Pike, and you go by Calumet Farm, they say, wow, this is a special place.
The Bluegrass area has a brand. Each acre that we lose will not recover.
Those of us who've been in the trenches, so to speak, and have fought long and hard in the planning and zoning arena to protect farmland, realize that that is only a temporary solution. You can fight the battle, but you will not win the war.
We were raised as a family of a mind to see that there needs to be a balance in any community between healthy development and farmland.
The Bluegrass Conservancy is a land trust that holds conservation easements that have been voluntarily donated by property owners. The only permanent protection for farmland is a conservation easement.
It's vital that it be preserved.
My name is Arthur Hancock. I was born in Bourbon County, and I've lived there my entire life on Stone Farm. I left home when I was 14 and went to boarding school. Since I left, every day I wake up and think, I can't wait to go home. And it's not that I'm homesick, but it's the feeling that you get when you wake up and you look outside. It's probably one of the most beautiful things you can see.
No, we'll turn him out. He's so full of himself. That's
I brought kids from Houston, from Dallas, from Shreveport, Louisiana, from Maine, from all over the country. All they can say is how it's the greatest place they've ever been in their entire life. Every day I would drive to school down Winchester Road, and you drive straight into the heart of Lexington, and you'd have Hamburg Farm right there. The farm's gone, and the whole area is now getting developed. I love Kentucky, and I'm scared of what's going to happen, and a lot of my friends are scared.
I'm 26 years old, and it really didn't take me that long into my adult life to figure out what was going on. It seems like every year there's one more stoplight, there's one more housing development, there's one more car dealership.
Every entrance, every approach to a city is starting to look like the approach to every other city. It doesn't matter whether it's a strip mall or a big box. They're all the same. And if someone plunked you down in almost any town USA, you couldn't recognize where you were. We are losing the very best of our farmlands, and what we have left of the bluegrass needs to be protected.
If there were two distinct mentalities about the land, I think that tide is turning. The people of Kentucky and the stewards of the land want it to remain agricultural. They have decided to make the personal choice to stop development where their farm is. And if it's going to go further, it'll have to go around them. It starts with the courage of one.
Frankly, if they can't make a living farming, I want them to have to sell it to someone who will. So I may be the ancestor that they all revile, but okay.
And some of the people said to us, well, you're going to be surrounded. You know, you're going to have this land and it's going to be surrounded by development. And my answer was, okay.
All of my family, as far as I know, everybody's owned land, has made their living primarily from land. We raise roughly 30 acres of tobacco here, burley tobacco. We have somewhere around 100 head of horses on the farm various times of the year. In central Kentucky, the soil is such that you can grow virtually anything the climate will allow. It's in most spots it's deep, it's very fertile, and it produces as fine a grass or pasture as anywhere on earth.
The one thing that gives me the most peace is the land itself out here. I can have all sorts of concerns about my patients or very, very complex medical problems, but when I come out here I can relax, and also it's really a way of life.
When my dad comes home from a hard day at work at the hospital, it's really a transformative kind of experience where he goes out and the stresses of the day melt away and he's out truly on the farm in his element.
The lifestyle itself is an end to me. To be able to live the way we do without having to continually worry about what's going on development-wise. Any way I can make sure that the property is not developed gives me a lot of peace of mind.
We wanted to preserve this land without having development on it. You're able to do that in this day and age only by donating a conservation easement.
One thing led to another, and we ended up with a rough draft of a conservation easement agreement. And the whole process was much less involved than I thought it would be. What I would like to leave that, if it's all right with you all, is to have just an undesignated but right to build one house on each of the 3 zones of the easement.
The landowner really writes the plan for that property in perpetuity, and that gives them a lot of power. It also gives them a lot of emotional comfort that their vision for that property is what will be achieved.
The landowner absolutely has the right to give away their development rights. In fact, it's part of their property rights. And if you do give away that right, you then retain every other right that goes along with owning land. You can farm it, you can sell it, you can give it to your children. You've lost nothing except you have the knowledge that you will permanently protect your land for agriculture.
I think that about wraps it up.
Thank you very much.
It is always a cause for celebration when we put a permanent easement on a new farm. Because after all, that is a legacy that that farmer has given back to our community, and it's forever. And they've done it voluntarily. They've done it because they wanted to protect their land. But what they're really doing is giving a gift to the community, because that land will be protected for generations to come.
Donating a conservation easement is a personal choice, and it's a courageous choice. More and more people are doing it, which it makes it even easier for the rest of the folks that are thinking about doing it.
There is a momentum building toward that end, and it's very exciting to be part of it.
So much is wrapped into this indelible landscape. Our heritage as a culture, our economy, and how we define ourselves, not only to each other, but to the world. When my parents decided to donate the conservation easement on this farm, I was all for it.
I think what my father has done with this place was a very good idea, because farming's the way of life around here. It has been for who knows how long, and hopefully it will remain that way.
While he had it, he was the person that thought this was best for the place and what was right. And so it's going to be farmed for whoever has it. And whoever's best suited to farm is going to farm it.
We value our children. We respect what they think, but it's vitally important that they have some land to own.
A lot of times in farming there are hard times, and the temptation to get out of the situation by converting your farm to cash, however you do it, would be very great. I feel good in denying them that opportunity. Perhaps my descendants won't feel the same. I don't care.
Dad pretty much is the boss at all times, because my father does not like listening.
One old friend of mine, his father told him, son, if you don't listen to me, one of us has wasted a lifetime.